Hi everyone, Matt Aaron, co-founder of Insurance Agent App. I get asked a lot, what's the difference between us and competitor X, Y, and Z? And while I love to answer that question head on, I thought it might also be helpful to provide some kind of a guide that would help agency principals determine what's the best policyholder facing or client facing app for your agency. So let's get into these top 10 considerations. The first one, use of data. Second, easy app access, custom app icon or not, online client portal, AMS integrations and writing back to the AMS, features, and in particular, how policy data displays in the app for your clients, app metrics, whether or not there should or should not be a contract, whether or not the app is available in other languages, and number 10, value for the money. So let's get into this. Here is number one, and the use of data. You know, there's a lot of talk about who owns the data, and from my perspective, that's really kind of a red herring. Everybody will say your agency owns the data, and that's the way it should be. The question you really should be asking is some entity or insurtech using your data in a way that you didn't know that they were using it? And did you give them permission unknowingly to use that data, or did your clients give an insurtech permission to use data in a way that you did not know about? And it's happening. So the best way to guard against the use of data that you would not like to have happen to your agency is to read the terms of service, terms of use for the mobile app users and the terms of service for your agency. Often there are two. Insurance Agent App has two. We have one for app users, and it is in the mobile app. Happy to share that with you if you'd like to see it. And we also have one on our website for the agencies that license Insurance Agent App from us. Really important to read through those, and particularly the use of content. And if your clients are inadvertently giving somebody the license to use the client's content when you're the one who suggested that they use the app and you didn't know that that clause was in there, you got to look into it because that's what's going on. Number two, let's get into easy app access. It's very simple. Most apps, I think just about all apps, have some kind of a provisioning, right? Whether it's a username and a password, something to establish the fact that the user is who they say they are. And then after that, how easy is it to access the app? Well, Insurance Agent App has had biometrics in place for a year, whether it's Face ID or fingerprint access for ease of access. That's every app, every good app should have biometrics in use and deployed. So make sure it's there. Number three, custom app icons. We've set it up so that your agency can have their own custom app icon after your client downloads and installs the Insurance Agent App, and so do others. But what's really important is, what is the name underneath the app icon? In our case, the app icon will always read Insurance Agent, and that's a good thing because that's how people think. They may not know that you're named Acme Insurance or XYZ Agency, but if you're a teen driver looking for your insurance app, you can search for insurance, and Insurance Agent App will always come up for your client. So verify what the name is going to be under the app icon, because if it's not Insurance Agent or something related to insurance, your clients are going to have a hard time finding it in a sea of apps. And the average number of apps on someone's smartphone these days is between 80 and 120. So make it easy for them to find their Insurance Agent App. Number four, online client portal. Does the app also have an access point online? We do, others do, and that's just kind of standard operating procedure. It's table stakes these days. So we have it, and I think others do as well. AMS integrations. We do deep integrations with agency management system partners that we work with. And when I say deep, I'll show you how deep in a moment. But we also write back to those agency management systems, one in this case, but we will be writing back to others very soon. And we send back a lot of detail, like who's installed the app, who opened the app, whether or not they submitted a change or cert request, and those go in at the policy level, not at the client level. That's a good thing, and if you know what I'm talking about, you know the difference. But all the other reports that can be shared with an agency go back to the management system. What we're trying to do is keep you in one dashboard not multiple dashboards. So we would prefer that you stay in your agency management system dashboard or your CRM dashboard, but we don't want you coming hours when you should stay in your primary. Number 6, features. We're going to spend a little bit of time on this. The first is of the features. A good app should have policy data displayed in the application for both personal and commercial lines, and we have that. But upon login, all policies are displayed for both personal and commercial. Your clients don't need to establish a username and password with an insurance company to then go get that data from an insurance company to then load it into the app. That's why we do these deep integrations with management systems. They take time, but they're more reliable, and it's the way to go. So we like it when your client has that biometric access and all their policy data, including their ID cards, is front and center. When it comes to drilling down on policies, it's not just top-level information that we display in the app. We also go into the coverages, limits, and deductibles. But all of that data is displayed uniformly. We don't display a deck page because guess what? Have you ever tried to read a deck page? Do you know what it's like for your clients to have to read a deck page? Well, we do, and that's why we have standardized the display of data. We have normalized, it would be the other word I would use. So when you look at the data, when your client looks at the data, they actually understand what it is. They may need to have it explained to them, but at least in this case, they can ask informed questions of you or an agent in your office. When it comes to features in the application, we're second to none. People can access their ID cards, they can submit cert and change requests, they can document an accident and report it and share that report with you, their agent. Same for property incidents and workplace accidents. Your clients can securely upload documents to you, maybe a purchase agreement that shouldn't be emailed, and you also have the ability to securely share documents into the app with your clients, and they're notified via push notification when you share those documents. There's a property inventory app within the app. There's a great referral component in there for both the agency and for individual staff members. Could be an agent that wants to have their contact information in there. All of that can be shared very easily so that the referral can be made. People can pay their bills through the app. We are connected to all insurance companies. We link to all insurance companies. And the good thing about that is we don't retain the insurance company's username and password. There are others out there who do that. We think that's bad practice. We let the mobile browser retain that username and password, and that's the way it should be. And I already mentioned that fingerprint and Face ID access. That's a good thing because it's easy access into the app for your clients. Number 7 of the top 10 app considerations, if you're considering deploying an app for your clients, is app metrics. We do have app metrics in the app, particularly who's installed the app, when the last event was, meaning they shared a report or submitted or uploaded the document to you, and when the app was last opened. We don't necessarily know what every individual does in the app because we don't measure individual usage. We measure usage in aggregate. But you'll always know when someone last tapped on the app and did something in it. Maybe it was to call your agency, maybe it was to email, maybe it was to just check an ID card, or maybe to pay a bill. Number 8 of the top 10 app considerations is whether there is a contract to lock you into something you may not want to be locked into. And then if there is a contract, is there a period, an out period, if you will, meaning you need to notify somebody 90 days in advance of whether or not you want to continue with that contract or not. We have no contract. We've never had them in the 10, now 11 years that we've been doing business as Insurance Agent App, because you know what? Our clients stay with us for a really long time. So we've never felt the need to lock somebody into something that they didn't want to be locked into. So that's the way we'd like to be treated. That's the way we treat our agency clients. Number 9. Are there languages other than English in which the app can be used? We also have the app available in Spanish and in Polish. And if you have an idea for what our next language should be, please let me know. Number 10 of the top 10 app considerations is value. Is there value for what's being delivered? We know we deliver a lot of value, and it's very cost effective to license Insurance Agent App and deploy it for your clients. If the app seems expensive and you're not sure what you're getting for your money, it probably is. There's one more top 10 consideration. It's actually number 11, It's experience. I mentioned the fact we're now in our 11th year. Maybe that's why it's number 11. We have a lot of experience moving around the highly fragmented and inefficient data that flows within the property and casualty insurance industry. And it pays to have that experience and know what you're doing. So we're very proud of the awards we've received. When it comes to the top 10 app considerations, I'm going to recap them once again. These are the considerations as you're thinking about, do we want to deploy an app for our agency? Once again, I'm Matt Aaron, co-founder of Insurance Agent App, and I look forward to talking with you soon.